My boss won't be paying me for 3 hours of a shift I worked because it wasn't up to his standard.
Wait, what? That's illegal. How does that work?
Because it wasn't up to his standard.
Up to that's illegal. He should be reported. But
Let's get into it.
yeah,
I am effing furious. Context: this happened the day before Christmas Eve, and I had worked a 13.5-hour long shift. I worked at a movie theater and have for over 5 years. I know the inner workings of this building like the back of my hand. The job requires late night calls because you can't leave until the final film has finished showing.
okay.
But because we were doing some special screenings, the final film finished at 1 a.m., which is over an hour past usual time. The expectation is each day I am given a list of tasks to complete after we close, and once I am done, I need to stay on site to be with the manager for safety reasons, evacuations, robberies, etc. I also heard it has something to do with ensuring that the manager isn't stealing from the safe, but have no way of fact checking this. I have worked here for 5 years, and the standard is once you complete your task, being on site is mandatory, and I must finish my shift to its rostered time. The manager checked my standard of close and concluded that all tasks were finished to a good standard for the evening, and I was welcome to sit with her while she finished her clothes. Although I may not have actively been moving around, all the work required of me was done. I also still considered myself working. I was prepared to talk and handle any customer inquiries and was prepared to handle any situation that may pop up, again like an evacuation. I was on the site till 1 a.m. as this was my rostered hours, and I have always been expected to stay after all tasks are completed. The next day, Christmas Eve, our new boss, who has been on site for less than 2 weeks, called me into his office for an 80 minutes meeting. He said he checked the security camera and saw that I didn't do any work after I had finished my clothes, even though I was not instructed to do anything else with permission of my manager, who has authority over me. I asked him what I was supposed to do, considering I was never given additional jobs to do, and my manager had said it was okay to have a rest. Again, 13.5-hour shift till 1 a.m. He says I have worked here long enough that I should have been able to identify extra jobs to do, and that he will not be paying me for hours I did not work. Again, I feel as though I was definitely working. He was punishing me for working too efficiently. This also expectation was never verbally explained to neither me nor the manager on duty. She was not told that additional tasks need to be given out, and I was not told I need to find additional jobs for myself to do, regardless of what my manager tells me. The manager also finished her clothes early too, but she was allowed to be paid for the entire shift, even though she did not do additional jobs. The contract tells me that my shifts cannot be cut without 4 hours' notice or my consent, which I feel this a violation of. Not to mention, he never told me he cut my hours. I had a feeling he may have after the meeting, so I asked another manager to check, and sure enough, he wants to meet with me on Christmas to talk further about it. Again, there has never been a culture at my work that additional tasks needs to be carried out once the set list of jobs have been completed. I have worked with at least seven location managers at my time here, and this has always been the standard. I feel as though he can't just expect me to know what his standards of practice are without being vocal or setting expectations first. I mean, I feel so too. He's new, so if there is a new boss, new rule,
Yeah.
but you need to like be vocal about it. You didn't tell me upfront, so there's really just sue him. Is that going too far?
No, not really.
Sue him. Let's check few comments. Oh, a commenter said, "This is so illegal. This is so illegal in NZ from Employment NZ website."
I knew it because that's illegal. I mean, how can you not pay someone for the job that they did, even though you didn't ask them to do anything? They've been doing that for like a couple of years and they are fine, and
Yeah.
everybody is okay with it, and no one is complaining. And then you just come out of the blue.
And
and
wants to
then want
change.
to change things. Nobody just want to change things. Refuse to pay them for the job they did that they've always been doing even before you came.
Now look at the funny thing. This commenter wrote a rule. Okay, he said paying wages, employers must pay their employees in cash, except for the crown and local authorities. To pay wages another way, e.g., direct credit or check, employers must include this in the employees' written employment agreements. Employees must be paid for all of the hours they have worked, including activities at the start or end of shifts. A retail employee must be paid for opening and closing up a shop. Employers cannot deduct any money, excluding what is allowed by law, that is, income tax, student loan, and ACC, unless they have the employee's written consent. For more information, oh my God, this commenter wrote all this
Legal
to explain.
ways
Yeah,
to like
so you can
pursue it.
actually, this is very illegal.
Shall I told you from the beginning that that was illegal. I mean, how can you not pay someone for the job they've done? That's just very illegal. Let's keep going.
Okay. Another commenter said, very illegal. You were on the clock, regardless of what got done, and they cannot just decide to not pay you. Report that effer. Report him. OP responded and said, doing my best, but feel as though he's got me at an impasse right now, as per my updates.
Okay, but do we have an update?
We do have an update.
Interesting.
Update. I sent a series of messages to him explaining he has broken the law and that I felt uncomfortable speaking to him directly without going to HR first. Unfortunately, he dropped by on my Christmas shift and hit me with the I know something you don't know. Ooh, now it is getting
So
interesting.
what is it that he knows that she doesn't know?
Okay, let's see. And said, if I have time after my close, I might want to hear him out. I had only 20 minutes left, so the meeting wasn't very thorough. He told me that he had no intention of not paying me for a shift that I've worked, even though I have clear as day, black and white, no debate proof in writing, screenshotted, of course, saying the adjustment made to your pay accurately reflects the work completed towards close after the last film on Saturday. I have paid until 11:10 p.m., which is 30 minutes after you sat down in case you hadn't taken a second break. Reminder, I was working till 1 a.m. So he lied to my face directly and contradicted his own words from only several hours ago. He then said he only changed my pay to have a look at something, which is the biggest load of
Crap.
a human has ever said to me. You don't just play with timesheet because you have to look at something. Who is this? Who is this?
I think that boss just wanted to know if she was a pushover.
I think he has a problem with you.
I think that he wanted to know if she was a pushover because if she had like taken that stuff that he pulled, he could have maybe keep it up or done something worse. But she came to Reddit and then she took people's advice and she confronted him with it. And now he's trying to like play in a different direction.
Hmm. This is so annoying. But after saying I'm going to HR, my pay has been reinstated. Although I understand why it's important I go to HR regardless, so this never happens again or something similar. Yes,
Yeah.
please do.
Yeah, I advise you go to HR
Please
because
do.
if you don't go to HR, he might still do something like that or he will do something similar to it. He's just trying to cut pay from someone that he put in his own pocket or he will use and do something else or he wants to increase someone else's pay, but he wants to take it out from another person.
Hmm. But not after he told me I can't have done anything wrong as payroll is processed on a Wednesday, so I have not paid you for anything yet. Biggest back pedal I could imagine. But here is the kicker. Man said he reviewed the footage, and for privacy reasons, I won't say, but saw an incredible minor rule break happen by the manager in the security footage and told me that HR will look through the footage to prove you worked the shift and see manager doing X. And you don't want her to get in trouble, do you? Because she will. He also said something to the effect of you will go down with me because I signed a contract that I wouldn't be in the office. I have read the contract many times and don't know about this, but for sake of arguments, assumed he is right. But it is hilarious he thinks I give a about a slap on the wrist when dude is actually breaking the law. This feels like he is blackmailing me from going to HR. He also had the audacity to ask if I could meet in the middle and remove 2 hours from my shift this morning. I told him under no circumstances will I consent to this. I told him my final day will be on the 3rd, and bro took it like a shotgun blast to the guts. He raised his voice, saying it was an overreaction. I have spoken to the 4 managers who report to him, and an intervention will be taking place tomorrow. If anyone has advice, please let me know. This is a lot. This is a lot. Okay, let's go through some comments. A commenter said, if you are in the US, as others are saying, that is illegal. They have to pay you for hours that you are at work and on the job, even if they feel like you aren't doing anything or you were required to be there. So the manager wasn't alone and you did that. What he can do is set expectations as how he, as the new manager, expect things to happen in the future. And then if you don't do that, you can be written up and then terminated, or he can't withhold pay for hours work. He can't do that. That's very illegal. Okay, another commenter said, ask the manager if they know the difference between engage to wait and waiting to engage. Basically, if you are required to be there and not free to leave, they have to pay you. They can change the policy moving forward. They can discipline you even up to termination for wasting or stealing time, but they can't just not pay you for time that policy requires you to remain on site. I would advise that you escalate this ownership for a small independent place, district manager or corporate HR for a corporate chain, and make it clear in that discussion that if the situation isn't remedied and the pay restored to your timesheet before pay period end, you'll be following up with the appropriate regulatory authorities. And if you are in the US, the place to start is the US Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division. Oh, thank you. This commenter said it all. I mean, you should just take actions because it seems he's trying to mess with you, trying to contradict things now. It's changing. So just take actions. Let's read one more comment. Okay. Another commenter said, let me see, threats were made to maintain your silence by threatening other people's job. Yes, that is blackmail. You could have walked into any police station and anonymously asked a desk sergeant if somebody threatens someone else's job to get you to not talk counts as blackmail, and I 100% guarantee any honest officer would say yes. Now, a lot is just piling up for this boss. He handled the situation very stupidly. I wish he had just done better. Like when you just threaten to like take legal action, you just, apologize and do the needful instead of doing this blackmailing because
Oh
hmm,
no, no. Well, let us know what you guys
let
think
us
in
know
the
what you
comment
think in the
section. So, thanks for watching.
bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.